Hello there everybody, this is today's Big Paulie video blog, September 28th, 2011. You see I got my Tampa Bay Rays shirt on, and as I record this, it is about 3.5 hours prior to the Rays' last game against the New York Yankees. And as I record this, the Rays and the Red Sox are tied at 90 wins and 71 losses. They have the best records amongst teams not leading a division, so they are fighting for the wild card spot, the at-large spot that goes to the best second place team. And like I said, each team has its regular season game finale tonight. The Rays have the Yankees in town while Boston is in Baltimore. And there's Harry. Say hello to the internet, Harry. Anyway, one recurring theme about the Tampa Bay Rays is, why is their attendance so poor? Last night, for instance, in a very important game which the Rays won 5-3, the Tropicana Field only drew about 23,000 people, and the night before, a Monday night game, they only drew 18,000 in a dome that can hold about 38,000 to 40,000 people. There was one very interesting thought. I've been listening to sports talk radio all day because it's basically been all Rays. And I haven't listened to sports talk radio this long during the day in a long time, not since right after 9/11. And Dan Cilio on 620 WDAE, the sports animal, made a very interesting point that I haven't thought of. Back in the 90s, before we had two baseball teams in Florida, the Florida Marlins, who are now about to become the Miami Marlins and move into an indoor-outdoor stadium right where the Orange Bowl used to be, the old Orange Bowl. And the Tampa Bay Rays came in the late 90s, 1998. Before you had that, you had the Florida State League, and I used to go back in the early 90s to a lot of the games in I'd go see a game in the Bay Area, whether it would be in Dunedin or Clearwater, or back then they had the St. Petersburg Cardinals. Once saw a 16-inning game there in 1992. It was the second game of the doubleheader, and if you follow minor league baseball, you know when they play minor league games, doubleheaders are only 7 innings long in regulation. So this game went 16 innings. It went 9 innings more than it was expected to go. But when the Major League Baseball expanded to Florida, the Florida State League stayed around. And it's still going well into 2011. They just concluded their season. You have 5 minor league teams in the Tampa Bay area. You have Dunedin, Clearwater, Tampa, Lakeland, and Bradenton. The Bradenton, I think it's one of the Pirates teams. I think that's the Marauders. 5 teams within shouting distance of Tropicana Field. And as far as I know, I imagine that in the suburbs of some of the bigger major league towns you have minor league teams, but as far as I know, this menagerie of minor league teams is a problem only the Tampa Bay area has. If these fans in these cities want to go see baseball, and say you live in Bradenton and you could go hot skipping and jump to the ballpark in Bradenton, why the hell would you go over the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, for instance, and travel about 45 minutes to go see a game in St. Petersburg? Minor league baseball, you could go see a game and it doesn't cost a fortune to stuff your face during the game and get popcorn and hot dogs and Coca-Cola or beer or whatever you want. I think that's the real problem the Tampa Bay area has. Yes, it would be a lot better to have a centralized ballpark, like, say, put it over in Tampa, but damn it, Tampa has everything else. They have Raymond James Stadium, where the Buccaneers play and the University of South Florida plays. They share that stadium. They have the what used to be called the Ice Palace. It's now called the St. Pete Times Forum, where the Tampa Bay Lightning play NHL hockey. It's the Tampa-St. Pete area. It's not the Tampa area, and I would like to see Pinellas County keep at least one sporting franchise. They used to have the Lightning play at the Dome Stadium, which was then called the Thunderdome. It's now called Tropicana Field. And I could live without having to go down to downtown St. Pete to watch a Rays game. Why not I kind of live in the northeast part of Pinellas County, like east central of Pinellas Park here. I'm a hop, skip, and a jump away from, say, where Home Shopping Network is, and Interstate 275, which connects you to I-75 in North Tampa, or you could take 275 down to Manatee County. It connects there, and you could take it all the way down, 75 all the way down to near Miami. But my point is, I'd like to see Pinellas County keep something, but if it comes at the expense of the Rays having to move to another city, and I don't mean Tampa, I'm talking like, say, San Antonio, Las Vegas, San Juan, Puerto Rico, Portland, Honolulu, Hawaii. I mean, let's just throw all the possible candidates out there. Vancouver, British Columbia. If it comes down to whether, if it comes down to the team being in Tampa or the team not being in the Tampa Bay area, then obviously I would choose Tampa. But I would love to see Pinellas County, they rethink where the placement of the stadium is. And another thing they really didn't think of when the stadium was being built in 1990 is this is the last stadium that is an indoor-only baseball field. Back when this stadium was constructed in the early 90s, there was still the Metrodome in Minneapolis. There was still the Astrodome in Houston, the Kingdome in Seattle. This is the last vestige of an idea that is considered archaic, an indoor baseball stadium. So, again, the planning really wasn't there. The foresight really wasn't there, and they cut corners and built an indoor baseball stadium when right about the time they were building it, the Sky Dome in Toronto was built, which was the first hybrid indoor-outdoor baseball stadium. And then other cities followed suit, like the Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona area. And you could probably think of a couple others that I can't think of. Safeco Field in Seattle, which replaced the Kingdome. And, there wasn't really a lot of foresight, and, when you try to predict the future in 1990, 20 years later, fates can be a little unkind. So that has been my Big Paulie video blog for today. I'm tongue-tied for some reason. Go Rays! I hope the next time I do a video blog that this franchise will have pulled off one of the great upsets in Major League Baseball history. Down 9.5 games on September 1st, a 167-1 chance, 0.6 chance of making the playoffs. I hope they do it. I think this would be one of the best sports moments in the history of the Tampa Bay area. Definitely be in the top 10, along with the Bucks going to the Super Bowl in '03 and winning, and the Lightning winning the Stanley Cup a year later. I think you got to put this in the top 10. This miracle comeback. So anyway, this has been my video blog on this 28th day, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, of September 2011. This is Paul Blom here in Pinellas Park, Florida, saying go Rays. Catch you all again real soon. Bye-bye for now.